Hello everybody! Tim is here, along with a lot of people, for a movie review. This time for Hellboy, the 2019 version. This is directed by who, Caleb Coho?
Neil fucking Marshall.
Neil fucking Marshall. And it's written by who, Caleb Coho?
Andrew, I forgot his last name.
That's okay, you don't need to remember him. It stars David Harbour. It's also got Ian McShane in it and some other people that I don't really care about. Mila Jovovich, I guess. And this is the reboot. It's not a remake. It's a reboot of the Guillermo del Toro movies based on the Hellboy comic book. So anyway, I'm here with a bunch of Multiplex people, and we're here in Chicago for the weekend to see Schmodown and do other fun things like film matches for you guys. So, and talk about the Cubs apparently. No, we're not talking about the Cubs. So, everybody who's here, we've got Tim Smith, we've got Caleb Coho, we've got Robert Parker, we've got the best manager in the world who loved this movie so much, Cody. And we've got Cain and Jim, and we're all gonna have a lovely time together talking about this movie. So initially, we're gonna give our general thoughts. We're gonna go around. I'm gonna start. I thought this movie was and we're gonna talk non-spoilers. At a certain point, we'll say spoilers, and then if you care, you can go away and not if you don't want to hear the spoilers. But I mean, the movie's pretty bad. And so basically, this is just a mess of a movie from start to finish. And I thought that maybe because of the R rating, I would get some enjoyment out of just like the gore and the horribleness of the gore. Are you vlogging right now? And I thought maybe I would get some enjoyment out of the gore and the craziness. But alas, I did not. Those are my overall impressions. We'll start getting into it a little bit more. Tim, do you have anything to say about the movie?
What do I have to say about the movie that I'm sure Cody Newberry will not cover?
That's true.
Well, you get to go first, so don't worry about what he's going to cover.
I know. I love cheese in movies. I really do.
Oh,
I love bad movies just to watch and laugh.
Yeah.
This, I couldn't stop laughing at the end of it because it's so bad.
Yeah.
This is...
That was such an Albert moment.
Whoever wrote this, I don't know if they were fucking with us.
Yeah.
Or this was literally, I'm going to see if Hollywood will make this. Oh my god, they gave me the money to make it. Oh my god, we're errors.
Yeah.
But what was so wrong with Ron Perlman? What was so wrong?
Agreed. Coho!
Yeah.
Your thoughts on the movie?
I fell asleep about 4 different times.
Alright. That about sums it up. Robert!
I probably liked this movie the most of all of us. I didn't like it.
I'm gonna save you for last.
Okay, I didn't
Good
like it.
choice.
I didn't like it, but I liked it more than everybody else. So
not a fucking high bar to beat.
Okay.
So I enjoyed it. I thought David Harbour was really, really good. I liked Ron Perlman better. I love like Hellboy 2: The Golden Army, and I really, really liked the first Hellboy too. So I thought this movie was super unnecessary, and the pace was like just really inconsistent.
Yeah.
Like that was the worst part of the movie. Just the pace was so inconsistent. That's why Coho fell asleep 4 times. But overall, I didn't like it, but I liked it more than everybody else here.
All right, Jim.
I think I only fell asleep 3 times, but I was happy to know I wasn't the only person falling asleep the entire time through this movie. It's a movie. But,
it is a movie.
Yeah, but like what Robert said, the pacing is terrible and the transitions are actually terrible because it's like, oh look, they're doing this thing and now a song is playing, so you know we're about to go to a different location where they're going to be doing another thing.
Where they put giant location letters on
Colorado.
the screen. Cain!
Did we go to Colorado? The movie?
Yes, we did go to Colorado. I'm gonna jump
It's
off
where
the
the-
Did you see this movie?
It's
No.
where the BPRD is.
No, you fell
located.
asleep 4 times.
So like
remember?
one of the kind of like jumping off this, I don't know if this counts as like a slight spoiler, but literally the like title, then like they like pan the thing over, like the camera over, like follow it, and then the title again, and it was like, do we really need 2 titles in this scenario?
It did.
And it's like, yeah, I fell asleep once.
Everybody fell asleep. Did
I was
you
the
fall
only
asleep?
one that didn't.
Hell yes, I fell asleep.
All right.
I was the only one that didn't.
I didn't. Okay, so Cody, this is your turn because you had a very I would say, violent reaction to this movie.
I think that's
This
an
isn't
understatement.
I'm gonna vlog this.
This isn't a reboot. This isn't a rehab. This is a fucking abomination of a movie, okay? Like, it would be one thing if 2 movies didn't fucking come out that were actually good, and then they're like, you know what?
Very loud.
That's okay.
You know what? We're just gonna not do any of that, but we're gonna use the R rating. The number one thing I hate is when you throw an R rating on there just to make it fucking R rated. Just to have blood and guts and a creepy, like, make-out scene that fucking lasted way too long, and that's not a spoiler. You should just fucking not go see this movie
The
at all.
Baba Yaga scene was good.
It's just...
I woke up in the middle of the Baba
there's-
Yaga scene and was like, what am I watching?
The confusion is, like, it breaks... the pacing is terrible. I will 100% agree with you. And then it goes into this loud, like, music break that they didn't have the volume in check at all. It just blows up and like, oh, here comes an action sequence.
Yeah, it wasn't... Yeah.
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 Go ahead.
Okay, so, like, the main things here, like, how did we think... what did we think about David Harbour as Hellboy?
I think he was bad.
Really,
Bad. Cole's saying
I
bad.
didn't think he was that bad. I just
He's a
don't
Ron
think-
Perlman ripoff.
I thought it was poorly written. I didn't
Yes.
think it was his fault.
He's playing.
I thought he did the
a
best he
character.
could.
He's playing a character that's clearly in a totally different movie from the one.
But like, with that being said, and I feel like anyone could have played that, and I've been
Oh,
saying that.
1,000%. I 100%
Yeah.
agree with you.
Like, it didn't need to be David Harbour. It could have been Jim Green.
I feel like
Yeah.
this was a huge waste
Thank
of
you.
Ian McShane and David Harbour that could have had a perfect, like, father-son connection that you would honestly believe through the film.
Yeah.
But they have to, like, throw it in your face, like, I was your son and you wanted to kill me. Like, sorry, we're in spoilers, but it's like, it's this
Well, so
stupid...
much for the non-spoilers.
Yeah,
Go
this
see
is
Shazam.
It's a full
Go see
spoiler.
Shazam.
You haven't even seen Shazam.
It probably better!
All right.
Definitely.
Okay, all right. So what did we think about the action sequences?
Terrible.
okay. Some,
visual effects.
I think there were
We'll get to
many
that.
action sequences that did have bad visual effects, but I thought there were some action sequences that I really dug. Like, there were. So the stuff at the
I'm
end,
just listening.
I was along for the ride. But like Tim was saying at the start, when you go see a rated R movie, sometimes you can get some enjoyment out of it just because of like the weird gory stuff that they throw in there. And at the end, when all the... Are we spoiling?
We're spoiling.
Full
Yeah,
spoilers.
let's go for
At
it.
the end, when they had all those demons like crawling out and like murdering people in cool ways, like bodies being ripped apart, I was enjoying that like 30
Yes,
second
but
sequence.
in any other movie, not any other, but in other movies with the R rating that take advantage of it, a movie maybe like Watchmen. Watchmen has a lot of sequences where the gore is really over the top for
Yeah.
like no reason other than its R rating.
Yeah.
But because I'm enjoying the whole movie, I'm good with that. Whereas Hellboy, it's an hour and a half in, hour 45 in of this 2-hour movie. I'm bored as hell. I can't stand the movie, and so the cool, violent stuff isn't cool anymore. It's just more exhausting,
So,
more hard to get through.
Kind of what I put this into, and I understand it's the difference of opinions, but BVS is the same way for me.
Okay.
When you watch it, it builds up to that last scene that everybody says is so cool with Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman taking on Doomsday.
fine.
Just because of those, like, they see those iconic characters. But I'm so fucking bored leading up to it, I don't care when they get
Yeah.
to that moment.
100%.
It doesn't mean anything. So I think those are cool parts, but at that point I was just like,
Oh, you're still out of the movie.
this is just
Exactly.
unnecessary at
That
this
was me
point.
because I was like, I was especially
like-
like losing it towards the end where like the whole like they're in that church thing, and then because then like the grave of Arthur is there
For some reason.
for some reason, and then I'm like
plot,
coming
that's
back to, and she's like, the grave of Arthur's been here the whole time. I was like, why?
I don't even remember
What?
them getting to the church.
I don't remember it even. Like I was
Well,
like,
but
I think I was awake during that.
again,
Why-
that's an
why is
editing
this-
thing.
Yeah,
I
they showed up
guarantee
at
you,
the church.
I guarantee you, this movie originally was 220, 225, and the studio went, "Oh shit, you got to cut this
Well,
down."
they cut off the
because
wrong stuff.
there's so many not
I
like
appreciate that.
plot holes, but like missing moments like that where they're like, "Oh my god, we have to get to the church now. She's there now," and they're halfway across the world, but they get there in like 5 minutes at the same time as everybody else, and like same thing with like. When they go there, and was that Merlin that they awoke?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so they awake Merlin for like 5 minutes,
and he dies.
and it's so stupid.
Like, he dies 5 minutes after the character gets introduced.
I also think that this is a major thing is the beginning of the movie is it happens the same way. Like, there's no original aspect of it all. It's literally start with such a in-your-face, like, what the fuck moment. Mm-hmm. And because Hellboy is one of those characters that has those outlandish characters that you were like, it's not a normal comic book. That's why the two original Hellboys worked so well, because Del Toro had such a well done, he does good with those character works. But this one, they don't even set anything up, and the ending is the exact same as the beginning. Nothing changes.
Well, something you just said that like made me think of something was Guillermo del Toro doing those first two movies. He used a lot of practical effects. Granted, there's a lot of CGI, but he used a lot of practical effects. Ape Sapien is practical, a lot of that movie.
What's the name of Seth MacFarlane's character in Golden Army?
Klaus.
It's Klaus something.
Yeah, no, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, it's a lot of it's practical effects.
Yeah.
Guillermo del Toro loves using practical effects. And in this movie, there are some practical effects. The thing from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Bebop or whatever the hell. The
Thank you. I'm glad you. I literally looked over and I said Bebop and Rocksteady.
I said it to him after the first scene. There's this like hog-like creature and
that rips out the tongue and then puts it in his mouth.
Oh, that scene!
That was the one where I was like,
I forgot his face when he ripped out the guy's tongue, put his mouth, was like, some Latin phrase.
Yeah.
But anyway,
when that happened, I was like, am I watching
I'm like,
Naughty?
I'm done with this movie. I'm done with this movie.
And that was like 20 minutes.
I leaned over to Cain and said, "What? Get me the fuck out of here! Are you fucking kidding me?" And that was 20 minutes in.
But the
You
practice.
kept asking me, it's like, do you need a refill? Like, just looking for an excuse to leave. Like, I don't need a refill.
This movie exists in 5 segments for me. It exists in the beginning,
And then before that, you slept through.
and then it jumps to a portion in the woods with knights that shoot him in the back.
With, like,
And
some
then-
Oh
like,
my god,
and
yeah,
then-
that whole thing.
And a
we
guy
didn't
wearing
need
a
all of
fucking
that.
hog on his head. What the fuck? And then
The
we
giant
cut,
sequence
and then
that
we
they
cut
did
to the
there.
fucking
No.
Baba Yaga. And then we cut to the temple with the Merlin, and then we cut to the end. What the fuck did
It's
I watch?
all stupid.
Don't watch it.
And then what Cody just said, like they lure the Osiris, like they go to like jump Hellboy or whatever with like actual giants around. Why didn't you just fake the giants? Just call them there when there's no giants.
Absolutely.
Yeah, wait, what?
Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly.
I think that was one of the times. Like, you think we
No, I
needed
wasn't
you-
waiting for that.
You think we needed your help to kill giants, and then they all fucking died by the giants.
What?
It's a very stupid movie, if you can't tell. We all disliked it. Robert probably liked it the most.
What would you give it out of 10? What would
2
you?
or out of 10? No, out of 10. I'm 10 4. 4 out of 10.
I
2 out of
gave this
5.
movie on Letterboxd a 2 out of 5.
Yeah, I gave it a 2 out of 5 as well.
Based purely on the fact that I do think
Because you like the
David
character.
Harbour did a good enough job, and it wasn't his fault. I feel like the screenplay and the direction were really the problem.
Yeah.
You gave 1 star for Ian McShane, 1 star for David.
No, I gave
and
1
the rest
star.
was shit.
I gave 1 star to David Harbour and 1 star to the use of some practical effects. But it was just like the practical effects were good, but they didn't utilize them. Like they had the thing from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but then when they got close and they zoomed in, it was CGI, and so they kept switching back and forth. And those giants, those were a big CGI disaster. Ian McShane coming out of
Go
that
watch
girl's
Game of
mouth.
Thrones and learn how to do giants, because those were terrible.
There's giants in Game of Thrones?
Spoiler alert, wound.
Whoa, okay,
1-1.
so
1-1 to the sea.
save it to say, we didn't like this movie. Don't go see it.
No. See Shazam. If you haven't already seen Shazam, see it again.
Shazam!
Go see 1570 to Paris.
That movie is horrible.
It's my worst in 2018, but watch
Dude,
it.
same!
Here's what I'll say for this movie.
What?
Here's what I'll say for this
I
movie.
give it a 1 star out of 10 for the Eye of the Baba Yaga.
You already have a Hellboy movie to go see.
Yeah.
It's the very first one, and in bits and
It's not in
pieces.
theaters,
I don't love
though.
it as much as Robert does with the
Golden
second
Army
one,
is
but
bomb.
Golden Army is a.
I like the
a
first
better
one better.
sequel than X2.
I like the first one.
Well, we're not Robert
But-
calm down.
I know. No, I made
And
that
you
comment.
also
I made that
have a
comment
half
on a
decent
different show a while ago.
You also have a half decent King Arthur movie from, what was it, last year?
2 years ago,
2
yeah.
years ago.
Hey, that movie was better than
And
this
here's
movie.
the thing.
That movie was better than this.
Those 2 movies were combined into this one horribly. You have other movies to see. Stay away from this. In the words of Jim Green, for you all to see this. This should be a fucking yikes for you, dog.
Yikes. Okay.
Half of what you just said was like, yikes, Tim Smith.
Is there anything else anyone wants to say about Hellboy?
Oh shit, there was something I was gonna say.
Mila Jovovich was just so
She's
bad.
boring.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize that was Mila Jovovich.
She's real bad in this movie.
And then like she's wearing like her thing, and like when she's like
her tits are just like wet the whole movie.
it's weird. It's like it looks like she's naked, but she's not.
Oh, Ray
and then it's
Nor, we gotta get some nipples in there. That's literally
I
what
said
we
there's
did.
none.
In the first scene, in the opening scene, there were nipples.
I definitely didn't see
You
her.
are so excited about that.
Wait a minute.
This is
Wait a
the
minute. I
most-
miss nipples.
This is the most excited Kyle has been in 3 hours.
Someone's like, "Are you shitting me? I saw the movie and I didn't see nipples." This movie just went to a 3.5. Guys, we're getting ready for a question.
Guys.
Which nipple do you see
Guys,
first in
I take it back.
Hellboy?
I take back my
Right
1
or
star for the eye of the Baba Yaga. I give it a 0 for the fact that the
And I
Baba
give it a
Yaga
1
makes
for
up
the
with
titty. I
David
give it a
Harbour.
6.
Oh yeah, that was
For
rough.
5 minutes straight.
That was rough. All right. So that's our review of Hellboy. if you can call it, we just did a review. Everybody, do you guys want to plug anything for yourselves before we head out?
As co-host said, check out Multiplex Entertainment. You'll see a lot of us on there, a lot of competitors, a lot of hosts, what have you.
Yeah.
Keep watching Tim Loves Movies. This was fun, Tim.
Hey, Cody's like dead back there.
Cody was dead 20 minutes into the movie, so he's still trying to recover.
All right, well, thanks as always for watching, guys. Be sure to hit that like button and hit subscribe. It helps me out a great deal. It helps you stay up to date with all of the videos. Like they said,
Get
go
the
over
bell on.
to Multiplex Entertainment and watch me and Robert kicking some ass this week, right? I think on Friday,
I don't know
tomorrow.
if we can say against who though.
No. About the match that's.
But it's
coming
gonna
up.
be somebody sitting on couches.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so anyway, you can see us kicking some ass. You can see everybody kicking some ass over at Multiplex. And yeah, be sure to drop a comment if you saw Hellboy.
That's my review of
Jesus.
Hellboy. Fuck you.
If you saw Hellboy for some reason, be sure to let us know what you thought about it. Thanks as always for watching, guys. Until next time, have a good one.
Bye!